Looks like my internet has finally decided to load me, and we're into the draft. For
Dire
anyone
team
listening,
back.
my name is Mythos, and I'm joined by a bunch of other people. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Radiant team ban.
Hello, can everybody hear me all good?
I can.
Wonderful. Hey everybody, I'm Waydota. You can just call me Mason. That's
Dire
the easiest
team
way for me to go
back.
about this. Not to be confused with the XEG now X
Radiant team ban.
HCWP now DC hater. I don't know, he's got too many titles. I'm not the pro player. That's what counts.
Shh! You don't want to tell anyone that. They'll think a certain thing of you. I'm not sure what that is, but maybe you don't
Honestly,
wanna
it's
distance
probably
yourself.
better if
10
I associate
seconds
myself with
remaining.
not being with the pro player.
Yeah, that's
5
probably
seconds
true.
remaining.
And we do have a stats person here. I think that he might be muted.
Reserve time.
And if you know Chooks, will be bringing us some delightful and wonderful mathematics, hopefully, throughout the course of the next 2 games. So we're here tonight for the AD2L Season 9 between Standard Deviants Noobs and for Kyle and Blake, which I usually just shorten to FKB because that's
Dire team
a tongue
pick.
twister. What do you think we're going to see tonight?
Well, Lurk's a good friend of mine. I've played in some
We're at your
in-houses
service.
with the Standard Deviants. I've casted some of their
Radiant
stuff.
team pick.
So I'm absolutely expecting a Witch Doctor or Venge because those are the 2 heroes she knows how to play. An Elevator
She can
is
play
act-
Earthshaker too.
She can play Earthshaker.
Radiant
I have
team
witnessed
pick.
that thing. An Elevator is actually a pretty competent Broodmother player, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So, I hope I have that right anyway. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. So, if FKB don't ban that out, I can definitely see them, the Standard Deviants, picking that up for him. He's pretty known at that. In most of their in-houses, it gets banned out because nobody wants to deal with that.
10
And it's true.
seconds remaining.
Fuck that spider.
Amen. Especially with
5
Earthshaker banned
seconds
out,
remaining.
there would be no way to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, these are some pretty stock standard bans so far. Doom, Winter Wyvern, Earthshaker, Gyro.
Dire team
Pretty
pick.
par for the course. I like the early Dazzle Omninet pickup. That's a lot of sustain. So I wouldn't be surprised if FKB are going into sort of like a mid-game push strat sort of thing, where Dazzle grabs a mech, and you've got Weave, and then you've got Omni, and they just kind of mow down your towers just from sheer sustain.
With that, it depends where they want to go. Obviously, there's the classic. I was going to say Dazzle into Slardar, but that's already
Dire
picked up.
team back.
With Dazzle and Omni, they could also pick up a Legion Commander without really any fear of losing Duel at all.
Yeah, that's true. I actually see them run Legion in their
Radiant
in-houses
team
pretty
back.
frequently as well.
Dire
So we'll
team
see.
back.
Looks like 2 supports out for FKB, and Windranger, I'm not even going to try to hide it. My favorite hero in the game, although she's well overdue for a nerf, has been used very effectively recently. Not really a set position. You can run support. A lot of teams like to
10
run
seconds
mid,
remaining.
and offlane is strong as well. So not really giving too much away about their lineup.
Radiant
just
team
yet.
ban.
Yeah, these are pretty flexible. Most of the time, I would assume this to be an offlane Slardar, but it could also be farming Slave Lane as well, depending on how they want to lane it. I'm assuming it's going to be a mid-Wind Ranger, just because she really excels from getting
10
things like a
seconds
quick
remaining.
blink and a quick Ags.
Agreed.
Naga Siren is a
5
really interesting
seconds
ban. I can
remaining.
understand the Huskar, just because, I mean, one, in like, you know,
Reserve
low
time.
MMR style games, he can just be a real pain to deal with if it gets out of hand. But he's also a pretty solid hero. If he gets out of control, he can stomp pretty hard. But Naga, maybe it's some sort of respect pick
Radiant
based on
team
FKB's
pick.
previous drafts, just because she's really fallen out of favor as a hard
Dire
carry
team
because
pick.
Alchemist kind of does everything she can do at a faster pace. As a support, she's still good. Ensnare is great. Riptide is good. Song is pretty great, but I'm not sure if it's like first ban or second phase ban worthy.
Again, unless they know that FKB likes to play.
Yeah,
Absolutely
unless
true.
they know.
Huskar is an interesting ban from my perspective because I usually think of Windranger, Windrunner
Radiant
as a counter to
team
Huskar,
pick.
just because after he jumps, she can run away with Windrun, dodge all his attacks, and doesn't have magic damage or the need for magic damage to kill him. So interesting ban anyway. We'll see how it works out for them. Spirit Breaker, good initiation, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're going all in on this aggression here. I like this axe pickup. This actually sets them up for some really strong dual lanes or like a creep
10
skipping
seconds remaining.
aggressive trial if they really wanted to. But I actually think
5
In this case,
seconds
aggressive,
remaining.
like really solid dual lanes would be really fitting here. Dazzle Axe
Reserve
is super
time.
strong between the creep spin and the heal bomb. It's just really silly. And Omni Knight can play a really solid, like, just lane babysitter against for like a harder carry, something like maybe a Luna or something along those lines, just to give her a little sustain with the heal and the free BKB.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing to talk about is Omni Knight can pretty much take any natural BKB carrier and free them up to build another item. Because what is it? It's 12 seconds of magic resistance on a 14-second cooldown. Which
Yeah, it's really good.
yeah, no, it is.
He's also
easy to underestimate, but very good spell.
He's also really good against like protecting his carries from Spirit Breaker, just because if he charges in on them, the one he charges takes damage, but then Purification is just so quick with its improved cast point and is a really big nuke that he almost kind of regrets going in. And then if you get enough farm on Omni Knight and you're able to get an Ags, having Global Guardian Angel is just so good because no matter where you are on the map, if Spirit Breaker tries to get cheeky, he's pretty much just nullified.
Yep. No, absolutely. Clint,
Radiant team
we
back.
were saying they have an aggressive lineup, and that's all the more true right now. They're still looking to pick up one more support, which I would expect to be Lurkus Hero. I don't know, maybe a Witch Doctor?
I could see Witch Doctor.
10
I could see
seconds
Ogre. I know she
remaining.
plays both. I lean
5
towards
seconds
the
remaining.
Witch Doctor just out of the sheer amount of melee that FKB
Reserve
has
time.
between
Absolutely.
Omni Axe and Spectre, but at the same time, they also have really high armor, like high physical damage blocking heroes between Weave and Axe's natural tankiness and Spectre when she gets a little bit more farmed. So a Death Ward that would otherwise be
Dire
really, really
team back.
devastating might not do as much.
And you gotta wonder, I guess, Axe jumps in and Inspector has Haunt, but I don't see the FKB team being particularly clumped up. I don't know. That might just be my
It's like,
mistaken impression.
well, if
10
they play it
seconds
well,
remaining.
then they shouldn't be. It should just be Axe jumping in, getting
Yeah,
a good
exactly.
initiate,
5
Spectre
seconds
haunting in.
remaining.
But, I mean, positioning can be a really hard thing, especially in chaotic team fights. I know more than once that I like to play
Radiant
Omni
team
Knight.
pick.
I end up just running headfirst in like, oh, this is
Dire
not where I
team
want to be.
pick.
I really like this Viper pickup for FKB. It gives them some more damage and some more chase potential. Going to disable Blinks on Slardar and really just kite Spirit Breaker until he's dead. I
This
think that is a solid
is
pickup.
good. He's also a really good natural mech carrier, which frees Dazzle up to get something like a Glimmer Cape or like a Solar Crest, which
Yep.
will just be that much better against things like amp
10
damage
seconds
or
remaining.
possibly a medallion that a hero like Clinks might get, or like his inevitable Desolator.
5 seconds
Um,
remaining.
I like it, just some natural tankiness, a solid mid to
Reserve
at least
time.
try to harass the Wind Ranger. I don't think she'll necessarily lose the lane just because power shot, but Viper's not going to get blown out, and she's not really going to harass him, so that's good.
It's interesting, something you said there, the inevitable Deso on Clinks. Isn't that an invention by Fear? I don't remember, even like a year or so ago, it was always Orchid into crit, and now we have
Well, the
Deso
diff-
popping up.
There's the Venge. Okay, so they're trying to get some minus armor of their own going here. This is interesting. So the reason that it wasn't popular before was just because the Searing Arrows are no longer a unique attack modifier.
Yeah, right. I
So
remember that.
you couldn't get Desolator beforehand. So Orchid was generally the pickup. And I think Orchid is still really good in a lot of cases, but against this case, like if you're playing this Clinks, there's not a whole lot of silence that's really necessary against the Radiant side. Like, yeah, Dazzle Shallowgrave is kind of a pain in the ass, but like, he's only really one hero that you need to worry about. Like, you're more interested in chewing through the weave and the tankiness of these other heroes. So going something like a quick medallion to maybe help you gank heroes like Omni or Axe into a Desolator,
10
I think is
seconds remaining.
gonna be your best bet.
5
Sounds
seconds
reasonable,
remaining.
although I do think I like Orchid a lot. I do think it would do wonders against the Dazzle and the Omni Knight here. But we'll see which one An Elevator decides to go to. I guess we should do some
Prepare
introductions
for
here while
battle.
we have the chance. Actually, let me fix my camera
Sure thing.
so I'm moving smoothly. Awesome. So, we're going to go ahead and introduce the Dire. We've got Latrodectus on your Spear Breaker. He was moving toward the off lane, so we'll see. Vengeance X5, I'm guessing going to be your mid-wind runner with Lurkaderp on support Vengeful Spirit. And Elevator will go top to farm with the Clinks, and I am missing one. Slardar, there you go. Dr. Corporal British. Although their lanes are all messed up now, so I don't know where they're going.
All right, I will take care of the Radiant side here. We have Katashi on the, looks like offlane Axe. We have Megatron, fantastic name on the Spectre. And Clemter on bottom here, we have Maestro Mahan on the Dazzle, Prince Nur
30
on the
seconds
Viper,
to battle.
and AR Mora, who I believe is the organizer of AD2L on the Omni Knight.
I think you're right there, and it looks like we'll have a first blood attempt here on bottom. British getting a little bit out of position, slowed up by the Spectre.
Oh, this Slardar is going to be sad.
And poison attack, I don't know, he might be able to get out. He is faster than all of them, yeah. Except for the
Oh, Spectre doesn't have enough for another dagger. If Spectre had enough mana for a second dagger, that would have been a kill.
Yeah, I think that's why it costs
The battle begins.
130 in
Yeah,
base
that's
mana
why
so
it
low.
costs $1 billion.
Exactly.
Every coin helps.
Just for scenarios like this.
Small reward.
And we will have some wards coming out for both teams. I think, does this one up top block the camp? I think it does.
I'm pretty sure it blocks.
Just barely.
Those angles are really funky. Like, I know, like, in here blocks, like, over here blocks. I think something down here can as well. There's, like, a lot of
If that first one
weird
blocks, then
angles.
the one they put down will block as well. It's inside
Yeah.
the line.
Let's see. It didn't block. Oh, that's a shame.
That is, oh wow.
That's actually a really big issue, because that ward, I mean, it gives him okay vision. Like, he can see the ramp, like, coming here, but it's like, alright.
It doesn't even block the big camp, so they could get the double pull. If they had put one there instead, would have been able to block that.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Well, oh well. Vision is vision, I suppose. It's still better than nothing. It actually gives him, like, it gives him a decent sight of, like, this area, which I guess is important enough, but...
Yeah, no, it won't be too bad. It gives them some gank protection. Or I say them, it's just Katashi up here on your axe, who won't be really getting a word in edgewise against Avenge and a Clink. So he'll get some experience, but not a whole lot of gold to speak of.
Yeah, these are actually interesting laning decisions. I was anticipating dual lanes coming out from the Standard Deviants. I anticipated Spirit Breaker to just, you know, do his Space Cow thing and roam around to every lane. I'm not sure how much this tri-lane is really going to accomplish in terms of, like, helping Spectre. That might be a dead Dazzle.
They can get. He does have 1 point.
Yeah, Slardar's got Sprint.
He doesn't have a back. Oh, well timed. First the last second.
This might be 2. Nah. Pseudo RNG means no more 17%.
Rip in pieces. The fabled 17%. Then,
Go
ahead. You take it away.
No, sorry. As I was saying, though, like, that's kind of my point. Like, yeah, you can put the tri-line down here to make sure Spectre gets a little bit more farm, but stuff like that is still going to happen. And so, like, you're effectively losing a 2-on-3. Whereas, if you did something like putting your Dazzle top to let Axe be more aggressive against the Venge Clinks, which hurt a lot, I don't think your Spectre's getting any less, and then your Axe gets a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I think that is an accurate representation of what's going on, especially when you consider how aggressive this lane is bottom. Obviously, we're going to have Omni rotated in behind the Slardar. Level 2 crush.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. That was an ill-fated gank attempt there.
We're out of your depth.
I kind of hope he decides to go top rather than come back to this lane, but he'll probably just decide to come back.
Yeah, he's coming back. They're afraid of that exact same thing happening on the Spectre, like right now when she goes into the last second, the charge comes through. And the level 2 crush is up. At least she can go.
Yeah, but she can just do that. Grave? Nah, he's fine.
Safe word.
But see, like, Spectre can just do that, so it's not really that big of a deal. And she has a Quelling Blade, so she can cut her way back out. And, like, I don't know. I suppose I can see the reason, but I think you're just sacrificing too much when your axe has 0 CS.
Yeah, I think that is absolutely true. And the Omni, with what little mana he has, I think probably he can stick around and be able to do the Spectre and then send the Dazzle on top. Their best bet.
Yeah, I think that's the way to be.
Maybe they're diving here for 2-5 or something. They'll be able to get it all. Brick must have gone too fast. Inspector, did she just TP from the trees?
I think she might have. Actually, they could just turn around and kill her right now. Does Omni have enough for... Oh, he does have enough for heals. That's a little bit too dangerous, but...
Yeah, Papa Tango here on Latrodactus is Spirit Breaker. And then go in. But no, there are 2 supports, and she's under the tower. So back off for now is the safe choice. Meanwhile, Clinks is uncontested up top, 21 and 10. The next closest is Viper with 19, but that's a constant battle mid.
Yeah, he's having the time of his life up here. He might just decide to just go for a Midas. He's holding on to quite a bit of gold, and I can't really fault that. It allows him, just in case this game goes a little bit too late, to sort of keep up in pace with the Spectre, which otherwise they don't really have a hero that can do that. Like, if the Spectre... Oh, I actually got to kill on the Spirit Breaker. That's huge. If this Spectre can survive long enough to like get up a Radiance and get some farm, there's not a lot that the standard devs can do against a farm Spectre.
Yeah, no, their entire team is based on winning before Spectre comes online. And so far, they're in a good position to do it. That I think, did they dive or did he just get a little bit too far forward? But just gotta make sure to rein themselves in when they start doing stuff like that, and it should be a good day.
Yeah, I mean, one of the hardest things that you find it happens quite a bit in like these type of games is that on aggressive offlane like this, like a Spirit Breaker Slider will get a couple kills and then just kind of have this like invincible feeling and end up kind of throwing away the lead that they make, because even though they've gotten 3 kills, which is really great, they haven't and Omni Knight and Dazzle are still nothing to fuck with as far as their heals go. Like right here, this is an easy kill on at least the Spirit Breaker.
Go back in to get the stun, maybe get away.
She's got another dagger in 5, but he's gonna sprint away. Oh, Shackle doesn't latch.
Not too far away from the trees for the ridiculous lashing.
Armora might be dead here with a good power shot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They'll get away.
He's withholding it. Oh, Shackle. There it is. Goodbye, Spectre.
Grave is up, so not goodbye, Spectre.
You're safe.
Grave, okay.
Alright, there was the Grave. I was waiting for it.
Parade.
Alright, now they got greedy. Rip everybody.
Yeah, this is just a disaster. Spectre does get out, but she's being charged so quickly. That was
That was good awareness by him.
Meanwhile, Axe jumps in the last part of his life and kills Clinks. That is a big turn from FKB.
Regeneration.
CTR, as it looks like
Dire's
right
top
now.
tower is under attack.
Turning in and evening the scoreboard 5-5, dropping both the Clinks and the Spirit Breaker. Not the Spirit Breaker, the Slugger.
Yeah, getting the kill on that is actually, I mean, that evens out a lot of the net worth. Looks like Dazzle's dead again, bottom though.
Thanks to the newly shackleable siege creeps. Just
Thanks to Shackle being the new Spirit Breaker Bash.
Windrunner, I love her to death. If she doesn't get nerfed in one of these next patches, I don't know what's going on with this world.
It's like, I don't know, I feel like she's one of those heroes that's just really hard to balance one way or the other. Like, you can make her super good, and then if you change one thing, like nerfing damage on Power Shot or like nerfing stun time on Shackle or something like that, she just becomes trash.
Mine.
I mean, and I'm not even sure I could pinpoint what the change was that made her like
Quick
this.
sprint.
It's just been kind of quiet for a while.
I think it was just like more of a meta thing. Like, she was going at, like, farming mid laners were around for a while, and she could punish that really hard.
Endurance run.
Looks like Viper might be dead. Or uphill. Ah, Bash.
Not 17%,
You
but
were still alive? I'd still be shooting.
Like, Power Shot is just such good lane harass. And, like, I'm pretty sure it got a damage buff a couple patches ago, so, like, that's pretty
got a range
significant.
buff,
But,
I
like,
can guarantee that.
a range buff. Okay. So, like, that's good. It allows you to snipe pretty far. And, like, Axe is just so good on this hero. And, like, it's not like... It's one of those things where it was, like, Wind Ranger got the Axe buff. And it was like, oh, okay, that's cute. Like, really low cooldown on Focus Fire. Like, that's nice. Like, but she doesn't really do a lot of damage still. But then it became one of those things like, we can run her mid and get her a legitimately fast Ags, And even though her base damage still isn't super high, that attack speed is enough to kill most heroes.
Yeah, and actually, now that you say that, it reminds me, I think one of the changes that kind of catalyzed this whole thing was the cooldown reduction on her mana cost.
Yeah.
75.
Alright, Axe is getting doped top. He's done.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Back in. Bottom, we almost had a kill on Omni Knight.
Invisibility.
But it was
But yeah, she's just a really good hero. She does well against in the meta mid heroes, and like she can bully out a lot of weak heroes and doesn't really get bullied much herself because Windrunner's really good.
yes. And now it disjoints part
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But now
Radiant's
I
top
think it's enough
tower
time
is
for
under
Windrunner,
attack.
although I would love to do that for more time. We have some TPs going out.
Radiant
British
structures are
still
fortified.
Bottom now. Active TP back top, hoping to secure his lane again.
So in spite of the death, Kling still does have a kill and has Akila's Soul Ring treads up at 10, which is like still really good. And he's got 46 last hits, which is like a little lower than like
Radiant's
where you
middle
want
tower
to be,
is under
but like
attack.
still really respectable, especially because he's got a kill to his name. Viper's a little bit ahead of him, but not by much. Like 2 CS, and they actually have the same squirrel line, so that's actually pretty good. I'm a little disappointed that he didn't decide to go for the Midas, just in case, but I guess they're really going all eggs in the basket of winning this game before Spectre becomes a problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can say
Dire's middle tower
Lynch
is
with
under
Midas.
attack.
I don't even know if that goes up against the Spectre late game.
I don't know. That should be a dead Spectre. Oh, that was an incredibly good repel.
Good timing on the heal and the hard good one to open their trouble. Maybe more. Meanwhile, Venge goes down elsewhere.
Slaughter does have sprint up, so he should be okay.
Yeah, it was kind of scary there. He stopped moving. But in the end,
Yeah, he's, no, keep running. You're not safe.
Axe, he's got his tranquils, and that's about it. But it's enough to keep him some sustainability.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Won't get it. Not that he needs it. He'll just spin anyway. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
we
the
go
tranquils.
top.
Dire's bottom tower
They're probably
is
gonna
under
take this tower.
attack.
That's actually a really good influx of gold to the Spectre, who decided to go Earn first, which I don't hate at all. It's a really good sustain item, makes you a little bit more tankier. When you haunt into fights and get kills, it's just that much better.
Good stuns going out. Shackle misses though. So not gonna
Wow.
be
How'd that shackle this?
the position.
Healing.
Oh, Spectre, you are deep.
Did he just? He repelled Slardar. That was a mistake.
Brave for you.
Charge in, gonna hit on Viper. Don't go down in the back. British gonna try to get the kill on Omni. One heal, one match. He just needs 2 more attacks. But it's not gonna be
Bash.
the guy to the tower.
I
He
sound
can't bash. He doesn't have bash.
the depth.
Radiant's
Oh, really?
middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Oh.
I was noticing that during the fight as well. Clinks.
I've heard that, like-
Dire's
Oh,
top
go ahead.
tower is under attack.
No. I apparently that's a thing. Like apparently, when the pros play Zara, they don't max bash. They don't get bash until like 10. I feel like a value point is like sort of worth it, but
For
I don't know.
situations like that.
10% chance is pretty low, and I guess Sprint and Crush are both
Dire's
super
bottom
good.
tower is under attack.
Yeah. I could see. I hope he gets one next. I think that's probably.
Dire's structures are
way to do it.
fortified.
I don't know.
Dire's bottom
if this
tower
got
is
fixed
under
with
attack.
The whole rearrangement of damage types. It used to be that his bash was physical, or like the damage from his bash is physical, but the stun itself was magical, so it would go through magic immunity. I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah, that was a thing. The tooltip says pierce to spell immunity, so I'm going to assume that you can still bash through spell immunity, but
Okay.
honestly, who knows?
Radiant's middle
They're trying to
tower
fix
is
these
under
things,
attack.
and sometimes it's just there's too many.
I'm not sure I like his choice of Tranquil Boots, though. Like, it gives him more sustain in the lane, which is fine, but, like, the tankiness and attack speeds from treads are just so invaluable on a hero like that just wants to be beating on you.
Well, and he's going to be doing the beating, and going to be losing the region.
Yeah. That was a good J. Alright, they have to run now.
This support duo is just thwarting them at every turn.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is what they wanted to do from the beginning. Just, like, be an impenetrable wall of defense for the Spectre, but she might just die anyway.
Heals in great range.
Actually, that was a super huge heal.
Will break.
Wow, she lived. That's huge. Can she survive though? Like the Spectre's still coming for her. Where are those? There
We need a shack here from Spectre. A little bit too late.
So like this is what Omni and Dazzle were hoping to accomplish without dying 3 times in level 1.
Better late
Yeah,
than never.
it's so much sustain. Yeah, better late than never. I mean, Spectre dies. That sucks. She only has 20 CS. That sucks even more. But like, I guess you just bank on the catch-up and you bank on everybody else creating enough space. And like, Axe and Viper are doing well enough that they can. Viper actually has his mech up, so they can start pushing down these towers.
Mech and phase boost is definitely nothing to laugh at this point in the game. And they have dust here, so if they decide to go on the clinks, they absolutely can do it.
He should just dust.
Yeah. Then you know
Oh,
Dire's
or
bottom
call, for
tower
that matter.
has
You know he's
fallen.
right next to you.
if he attacks, I think you just dust and call.
Dire's
now he's just
tower
dead.
is under
He
attack.
does get called.
Battle.
And a waste of a crush there on Nova. He's out alive for today.
So like, if you're gonna go for that tower, your supports need to be with you because you know for a fact that Spirit Breaker is charging. Like you don't have to think
Radiant's
about it.
middle
Like,
tower
if the question
is
is
under
is
attack.
Spirit Breaker charging me right now? The answer is yes. Just assume that it's yes.
I mean,
And,
most
like-
of the time it is.
Yeah, 99% of the time it's yes. Like if you want to leave like Omni with Spectre, like that's fine, but
Radiant
you need at
structures
least
are
one more support to
fortified.
take that tower.
Have omniscience. Endurance round.
There you go.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That comes out to save his life, and that's just going to be a dead Spirit Breaker.
Killing spree. Go away.
All right. So the lead was super good for the Standard Deviants. They need to stop throwing away their lives now. I mean, the kills aren't going to the Spectre, which is really important. But she has 8 assists at this point, and like, that's nothing to scoff at.
That's a lot of assists. Like for
Uh,
any
she's-
point in the game.
Like she's one kill and 8 assists, and their team has 12 kills total. So she's been involved in like the majority of her team's kills,
Yeah.
which is sort of what you want to do as a Spectre. Like you want to Rice and then just haunt in. Granted, most of the kills were in her lane, so it was kind of unavoidable to be part of it. But taking
Dire's
down these tier
middle
1 towers is going to be a
under
good
attack.
boost of gold that she really needs.
Radiant's bottom tower
They're turning
is
into
under
a Spirit
attack.
Breaker, but it's going to be 4 versus 2 at best, or 4 versus 3.
Yeah, and they've got both Medallion and Weave going, so she's got a lot of armor to work
They've
with.
got Guardian Angel available in Brave. This is,
Yeah, she is not scared.
Dire's
I don't
middle
see a
tower
way to-
is under attack.
unless they make sure all of them good ways.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They actually decided to keep going. Spectre might be in a real bad place here. Wow. All right, they kind of overlap Crave and GA. That's fine. Viper's gonna come in and just kill everybody. All right, good smoke.
Here comes Windrunner from the back. Might be able to salvage one
Dire's
kill,
middle
does get the
tower is
Spectre.
under attack.
Probably could get.
Oh,
this
chase him
one.
with the phase. Don't be a wimp. I think they just turn on Wind Ranger and she's dead though.
Using some good vision there to her advantage. Shackle, not the
Dire's
two she
top
wanted to shackle,
tower has
probably.
fallen.
Go to
It'll work.
pathing.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And this is starting to look scary because what do? You blink him with Slardar, you charge him with Spirit Breaker, you're gonna get heal bombed by 2 different heroes, as well as called. I mean, they can do it, but it's starting to look rough.
Yeah, like that's the biggest problem. Like you charge in this as Space Cow, you jump in as Slardar, and like, all right, you get a really good stun, and then you just die. Like they have, they have this. Yeah, between heal bomb and like a couple Viper auto attacks and another heal bomb, there's a surprising amount of burst damage that can come out from the Radiant side, and yet their sustain is still super strong.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Look at it. Next, Omni, GG.
Here's my theory. You're playing this game as Windrunner. Yeah, Axe is a good idea because Axe you need a diffuse blade.
I don't hate that. Wow. All right, go for it.
I wasn't gonna
Dire's
say
middle
anything 'cause
tower
they were
is
gonna
under
use
attack.
It's kind of tough. Like I can see Diffusal being good just because like there's no one else on the team that's gonna get one, and like you do sort of need it. It just feels so bad to get that as your first item.
Oh no, absolutely.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Will break.
Dire's
They need to
middle
be able to
tower
burn
has
Omni's
fallen.
ult so they can do physical damage. They're an all physical damage team.
Yeah.
At bare minimum, and the healing drain wouldn't be half bad either.
I'm a little... I mean, we won't go too far back in the draft at this point, but they, like, what? The second pick to the Omni, right?
I think so. Yeah, it was Dazzle Omni. It was their
Fear
first
So,
not
like-
heresy.
When you see that,
Dazzle!
I feel like you should pick some magic damage.
I feel like you should pick some pure damage, like Queen of Pain.
Queen of Pain, I mean, hell, OD is one of the worst heroes in Dota, and I think he still would have been good here.
Whoa. I think you're forgetting about all of the other heroes in Dota.
Hey, I love OD, but I also know that he's trash.
I'll say situational. I'll meet you halfway. And this is the situation.
Yeah, this is the situation in which he would have been okay, except that Viper would have just pooped on him in mid lane, so
Yeah.
stuff happens.
Stuff happens all the time. And keeps
But-
happening.
Anyway, the really great lead that once existed for the noobs in the laning phase
Dire's middle tower
is
under
now
attack.
pretty significantly in favor of the Radiant. Looks like 5,500 gold and about 5k experience, and they're just gonna mow down all of these outer towers, take the jungle, and slow siege the base. Like, they have all the time in the world
Dire's
to make
middle
this
tower
happen.
is under attack.
All goes out on just three. As Coach is standing doing damage, will go invisible, but no, they don't have
Monster kill!
It doesn't matter what the magic means. That's Meanwhile, Clinks is scared out of his pants.
Like, the standard Deviants blew everything on that engagement, and one Dazzle heal and a mech just
Dire's
acts like
top
it
tower
never
is
even
under
happened.
attack.
Yeah.
Like, they were, after their initiation and Radiant healed back up, they were full health.
Yep. That's a scary team fight. They let the Viper get the mech really early.
Dire's
and
top
with all the
tower
other heal
is
on the
under
team.
attack.
I mean, and mind you, this is look at Axe items. He has nothing tanky other than his own strength, and Spectre
He's got a blade mail now.
literally has nothing. And
Yeah, this Spectre has the literal nothing and should really be thanking
Dire's top tower
her team
has
that they're
fallen.
carrying her so hard.
Yes, Spectre
Like,
get carried.
FaZe, Bassie, Earn. That's terrifying.
I mean, FaZe Bassie earned with 14 assists. That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised that her net worth is so low considering the amount of assists that she's had, but I guess she's also died in a lot of these fights, so it kind of evens out.
Yeah, the Orchid does present a good opportunity for some pickoffs. If they can find themselves the Omni Knight alone, and or the Dazzle alone, that could set up for a really good team fight for Standard Deviants. But they have to move
I don't
out.
even know if you can kill them. Like, okay, you jump on the Dazzle. He's got a Solar Crest at this point. So, like, if he gets Orchided, just Solar Crest the Clinks, and he's got a ton of mischance. Like, you can probably just TP away, because it's Clinks.
Yeah, that's interesting, especially given the fact that his Ags is on the courier coming to him. So, we'll see how that fares for him in the next fight. I like that because Ags on Viper is really quick. But it's
Oh,
also-
what a call. That was so good.
Nope. Did he shackle on two, which, how did that one latch and none of the others did? Lots of stuns coming out. Mech has not been reached yet. But Graves there and dead already. Attacks missing. If you turn around and power shot, you might get him, but nope, too late.
And another two-man call.
Wow.
Triple kill!
That was surgical.
Yeah, they didn't even have GA for that fight. And now they're just going to casually finish Roche like, oh, well, back to our regularly scheduled Roshan. And GG.
Can't say I'm surprised. I do like when you fight it out, but this one was on the wall.
Yeah, there was
Radiant
no comeback mechanic.
I mean, it was their waiting to be taken, and they just couldn't get it.
Yeah, they did well. They won like 2 lanes and mid was a wash, but they just couldn't capitalize on it. They threw too much of it away. But hey, I mean, I guess at the same time, really well played by Radiant for like not giving up after a really disastrous like laning phase with your hard carry and 2 supports just getting wiped over and over.
Absolutely.
And all hail Viper, 12-1.
All
He
Hail
is a fun
Spectre,
hero.
1 in 18.
1 in 18. that
That's
earned doing work.
There should be an award for that.
I'm
Anyway,
pretty sure it's the Melk Award.
it's something like that. Looks like we probably want to get going into Game 2 pretty fast, so I'm going to throw up an overlay and bring you back there in just a second.
See you guys soon.